So, in a lot of states, branding is a state law, and the whole idea behind that is to identify your cattle. So,
Mostly where there's BLM contracts for grazing,
or
because
open
lots
range.
of different people's animals will intermingle.
But back in the day, it was invented because people were stealing cows, and they were like, "That's my cow," and it was like, okay, so we need to come up with an identification.
Your tags can always be changed.
Yeah, and a brand can't.
Really.
So we brand our calves simply because it is not a law in Missouri, but it is still a way to identify your cattle. So, if we get a cow get out, we can be like, they got a giant smiley face on the side of them. That's what we're looking for. Or if I see it in a neighbor's pasture and he's like, no, that's my cow. I'm like, no, it's clearly mine. So we do it just for simple, we need a way to identify if our calves or cows get out. We can.
And there is still some cattle stealing that goes on in Missouri, and like I said, tags can always be changed. So having some kind of permanent, irremovable identification.
Yep.
Is kind of a
yeah. We don't
safety.
have a brand inspector in the state of Missouri, so it's really hard. In a state where you have a brand inspector, if you're missing an animal, you call the brand inspector and you go, "Hey, I'm missing this cow. It's got it's got our brand, so on and so forth." And here you're just like, well, hopefully we can find it. Or we call the sale barns, or I do. I call at least the one if I'm missing something, so that way if somebody brings it in, they know. Hot irons and freeze branding.
Yeah.
Hot iron is old school, and you just simply heat it up to the right temperature. I don't remember what temperature it is, but that good little glow. You don't want it too hot, or you'll burn, you'll blotch. Freeze brand is a lot more intensive. We did it once.
And about a third of them works.
Yeah, and we didn't have very good luck. There is a process to it. You have to shave the hair off. You gotta have the irons really, really cold. They're brass irons.
Kept in liquid nitrogen.
Yep.
In a special cooler.
Yep.
And then you have to
Hold
shave it. You have to put
Rub
alcohol on it, and
Yep.
then hold it on there for 2 minutes or something.
It was like a minute or something. Yeah, I can't remember.
Getting a cow to stand still that long in the chute is.
As I say, if you had experience doing it, I think it would work okay. We had never done it before, so yeah, about half of them worked, half of them didn't. So we just decided that was, not for us. Now on horses, I think it works better on horses, but generally you're putting one iron on, not trying to do tag numbers or something like that. But
And a horse is trained to stand still. Cold irons don't hurt until after.